The breathtaking landscape of the Bayan Unjul district of the Central Mongolian steppe is home to some of the richest and most diverse populations of mammals in the world. One such animal is the Pallas'cat, a small felid that's currently shrouded in mystery. The conservation organization Wildlife Initiative hopes to change that narrative. Led by founder Claudio Aguiaro, Wildlife Initiative was established in 2020. Using its astonishing expertise, technical skill, and passion, the charity has launched efforts to conserve animals as diverse as lions in Namibia and snow leopards in Mongolia. Develop a comprehensive conservation program for the Pallas'cat, Wildlife Initiative has once again traveled to Mongolia in an attempt to understand the cat's ecology.
We are here to conserve the Pallas'cat, which is a very little known small felid, and we are trying to understand its ecology in order to protect it.
Wildlife Initiative nasce circa un anno e mezzo fa, si occupa dello studio dell'ecologia delle specie minacciate e quindi della loro conservazione. Opera in 3 sedi, in Mongolia, in Italia e nel Congo, ma portiamo avanti dei progetti anche in Guatemala e in Namibia.
One of the things we do know about Pallas'cats is that they occupy rocky, mountainous areas. This is to protect themselves from their main predators, like raptors and wolves. Another of the main threats to the Pallas'cat in this region, as well as across Mongolia as a whole, is the rising number of dogs. This isn't just an issue for the Pallas'cats, but for other species found here, such as Argali sheep and the endangered Siberian marmot.
It's really difficult to obtain sanitary information on wild Pallas'cat because to make a correct diagnosis of mortality, you should visit the animal when it is ill or immediately after death. And as you can see here, it's really difficult to obtain this situation. The main sanitary information on these felids arrive from captive Pallas'cats. So we know that this animal is more sensible to some pathogens like, for example, Toxoplasma, feline, Panleukopenia virus, calicivirus.
But crucially, we don't know the impact of these on animals in the wild. That's why Wildlife Initiative studies in Mongolia are so vital to understanding the life of the Pallas'cat. To find out, Wildlife Initiative relies on local team members like Atgam Biembe. Herding is part of her history, present, and future. Her parents and ancestors were all nomadic herders who lived and worked on this land, resulting in an intrinsic understanding of traditional practices that survives through her.
Миний нэг өдрийн ажил өглөө 5 цагт босхоос эхэлнэ. 5 цагт босоод хоноо тогтоож бэлчгээдсэн өмнө хоноо тогтоож гэртээгээ ойрхон байлгаж яж хагаад тэр зураа тэр хугацаанд нь эргэж ирж үнээгээ саагаад тэгээд өдөр нь одоо малаа усалж ярьчаад 11 гэхэд би гэртээ ирнэ. 11-ээс хойшоо мал хэвтэж амарч явах үед нь би бас жоохон амарна. 1-2 цаг амарна. Тэгээ орой болохоор бас үнээгээ саана. Үнээгээ сааж дуусчаад бас сүүс айлаа өөрүүлчихэд тэгээд ерөнхийдөө бол шөнө 11-нд манай нөхөр бол хотод төв газар өссөн болохоор малд явах нь надаас муу. Тэгээд би өөрөө голтчлоо явдаг малтаа.
The main threat for wild animal in this area as well as across Mongolia is that even the number of dogs increasing. Because a dog which may patrol many kilometers square basically patrol across a system like this. That's of course represent a threat for the species occurring in the area. Not only Pallas'cat is threatened by dog, but even other global endangered species such as the Siberian mammoth, which here occur in a good density, and other group of mammals, such the Argali sheep, where especially the lambs may be predated by dog. To preserve a species, we believe as a wildlife initiative that you need to know its ecology and the status. To know that for such elusive species, which is different to count, to track, the best method we tested was the camera trapping.
To get the precise data needed for the team's analysis, the setup needed to be rigorous. In the end, 40 cameras were used across a 45 square kilometer location.
We are able to detect in a year approximately 500 the independent detection events of Pallas'cat.
This was a miraculous result. Often, camera trapping results in just 3 or 4 captures of these animals. But the work didn't end there. Next, the team had to estimate population density by recognizing individual Pallas'cats to understand how often they were passing in front of the camera.
We identify the Pallas'cat by the spot they have on the head, the forehead, and we were able to identify 23 cats and a density of 20 cats in the area.
In addition to the Pallas'cat, the team were also able to gather data about the species the cat feeds on, another key indicator of population density. On camera, the Pallas'cat's main prey appeared to be the pika and the Mongolian silver vole, as they were most commonly seen in the cat's stony, mountainous habitat. But conservation can't rely on guesswork. This needed verification. To do this, Wildlife Initiative used live trapping, a time-intensive process that involves capturing and releasing the rodents to compare the numbers with those found on camera.
Io sono un tecnico faunistico e conservazionista. Mi occupo di definire le strategie di vari progetti assieme a Claudio Gugliaro, del design di campionamento e del monitoraggio in campo sui vari progetti nel mondo. come ad esempio in Mongolia, dove la natura regna sovrana anche fuori dalle aree protette.
Mongolia is home to a staggering array of threatened species, including the snow leopard and gobi bear. Although there have been increased efforts to understand how these species interact with humans, conservationists are now curious to understand what happens when humans are out of the picture. Huge areas, such as the Gobi area, home to the snow leopard, gobi bear, Central Asian lynx, and the Pallas'cat, have very few humans, making them the perfect places to understand the ecology of these species and how living near humans can impact them. Veterinarians on the team, such as Liliana, focus on aspects of conservation that concern animal health. But instead of a traditional focus on the diagnosis and treatment of individual animals, these veterinarians have a more holistic attitude.
Veterinarians work on wildlife conservation through activities regarding about animal health. But you don't have to think about the traditional veterinary role where the focus is on individual animals, on diagnosis and treatment of sick animals. In this case, you must have a more general approach where the goal is healthy populations, healthy ecosystems. So it's also important to cooperate with other professional figures like, for example, biologists. For a vet, work on wildlife conservation means to try to understand which is the role, the impact of pathogens, parasites on the host population dynamics. For example, some pathogens could decrease the abundance of animal populations, increasing the mortality rate of young animals, or decreasing the reproduction success rate, maybe decreasing the fecundity in female.
Contemporary society poses many risks to wild animals. Pollution, climate change, and the exploitation of natural resources make many species more vulnerable to potential disease. Interactions between wild and domestic animals and humans are also a key threat in spreading disease.
It's also important to conduct this investigation also for the so-called One Health concept, where also humans are involved in the environment. This is the reason why work in such remote areas with the Wildlife Initiative and in other areas of the globe, it's so important.
The nomadic herders of the Bayan Unjul district have long lived harmoniously alongside the wild animals of the area, learning as children how best to protect local species.
За намайг малд явж байхад манай ууланд баянгийн ууланд бол маш их зэрлэг ан амтд байдаг. Хонтой хамт аргал уугалз бэлчин. Намайг нэг удаа энд ойрхон явж байхад мануул явж байсан. Мануул бомбисээ хөөрхөн сахлаг үстэй, жижигхэн чихтэй, тарган бүрхий хөөрхөн амт байсан. Тэгээд ер нь бол дандаа зэрлэг амтд донд зэр бол хамт хонтой хамт бэлчижил байдаг. Ерөөсө тэр бол ерөөсө үргэж барихгүй сайн мал шиг болцсон байдаг. чихрийн цаас тамхины иш болон ингээл хог гэлгаруут энэ төр хээр хийцэн байхаар түүгээр авчдгийг. Тэгээ хогтойгоо хамт хогийн цэг дээр хайдаг. Ягаад гэвэл энэ байгалыг өвөг дээдсээс бүр хичнээн 100 жилээс өмнө яг энэ чигээр амьдарч яснаар нь би байлгаж.
The team at the Wildlife Initiative plan to continue this vital work conserving threatened species, such as the snow leopard and Pallas'cat, long term. At the heart of this project are the local people of Bayan Unjul, who contribute their unparalleled knowledge and expertise of the animals. But there is always the danger that other groups may develop an interest in exploiting the natural resources of the area.
Our future is here and any other place where Wildlife Initiative operate.
It's this unwavering determination to protect some of our most precious species that makes Wildlife Initiative the perfect partner for parajumpers. A feat of daring, skill, and technical know-how, the journey to save the Pallas'cat is an embodiment of parajumpers' belief in the inspirational power of stories.